Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. This is Flying with Mike, sitting in, well, what used to be called Port Columbus, now John Glenn International Airport, I think it is. So, I hope y'all are ready for a little fun. Oh, going the wrong way with the volume over there. There we go. Hope y'all are ready, and I need to, well, recall my animals back because guess what? I forgot to keep them open. But we'll let it close up, get done, and get them back here. Actually, you know what? I think we'll just ensure the front doors open. All right, welcome in one and all. The ad just finished up. We're glad to have you aboard. We are on an old airline that was only really around about a year or so, based out of Port Columbus here, called Skybus. Uh, many, I only remembered when some of the quirks, if you will, for this airline were told to me. Um, the big one being it's like riding on a metro bus. If you've ever ridden on a city bus, ads all over the place to pay for it so they can keep the fare low. And, well, that's what they did with this airline. It didn't work. Or it didn't work long enough. I'm not certain. Are we getting fog? The visibility is starting to come down. Wow. Or it's snowing, one of the two. No. Hey, it's wintertime. What do you expect? But anyway, um, so yeah, we're going to fly another Skybus flight for Piedmont Virtual Airlines. They're more of a historically based airline. When you hear Piedmont, I know a lot of people think the regional carrier for American, which was actually the regional carrier for U.S. Airways, and one of the airlines that came together to make U.S. Airways. There's a whole, I mean, I could go on for a long time about U.S. Airways, American Airlines, all of that. But know this. Piedmont Virtual is historic in nature, so we're talking Piedmont B. Well, if you want to just fly the Piedmont side of the house in that airline, you would be flying before U.S. Airways, or U.S. Air, actually, was the name. Um, but they have since Skybus, because U.S. Airways formed in like 1990, 91, 92. Um, and so there's a whole bunch of airlines we can fly for if we're at those airports. And that opens up a plethora of aircraft available. So, but before you rush, because I can hear you all stammering to get on that computer and sign up, read. Understand what you're getting into. While flying historically, they are still trying to fly in a very, as real, as the old slogan for the flight sim used to be long ago, may still be as real as you can get. They are pushing those limits, those boundaries, and just be warned, because some of you out there may get a little ticked off if they actually do kick and delete flights. So make sure you kind of understand that before you jump the gun. All right, let me give you I'm glad that popped so early, because he's right. I did forget to do that. Click and click. And by the way, here's a fresh link to Piedmont Virtual. Again, they are historic in nature, but they do have some of the airlines. I'll give you one in Virgin Atlantic. They have them. Ansett down in Australia. So they're not just U.S. based, they do branch. Now, Virgin, did I say Atlantic? I meant America. Um, so check them out. But please, please, please read. Some of you will blow your gasket. It's what they're like. And hey, power to you. Fly your way, they run their way. And I happen to enjoy what they do. So, all right. So, with all of that, we are flying to Chattanooga, Tennessee. Oh, yeah, the areas of the country here in the U.S. that just got pummeled. Been reading some of the aftermath of this snowstorm that blew through. Wow. Well, and it's, just some amazing stuff. So, if you get a chance, browse some weather feeds on Facebook. Some of them, are not going to be very believable. Some, wow, these people, God love them. They just don't see. They might see snow in what we term flurries, in their conceptualization. So it's just stuff that may coat the ground, but it's the kind of snow we all love that goes away in the next second. This one was kind of like the one that hit St. Louis a week ago. So yeah, it left a mark. So it'll take some time for them to dig out. All right, so in the meantime, let's get ready to fly with Mike. And we got our main door back open. Let's get in the office and find out. No, it did that again. Okay, clear. Yeah, that's cool. All right, so I'm going to real quick, we're going to pre-brief so y'all have a clue how and what we have aboard and what's out there. That is not the map I just saw. What happened? Huh. Okay, well, all right. Well, I'm not going to complain. Anyway, we had ATC about a minute ago. Oh, well, life goes on. All right, so here's the route to Chattanooga. It's nothing majorly. Oh my gosh, we're going to be doing this left, this right, upside down, left, right, zigzag, and maybe do a zag-zig. But we are going to load in the neighborhood of 29,500 pounds in the payload. Of that, 134 peeps, no cargo is added. And we're a little over the 12,000 mark for fuel. So, pardon me, a little on the tired side today. Hey, good morning, Mr. Morning. What? Bad attitude, welcome aboard. So, cost index will be 46 today, and dispatch is graciously saying, okay, 38,000, why not? So we'll see. And as you can tell, we're just going, it's such a tough departure here. I don't even think there is one for this route. Pobe C to Ohio S, and that's it. Oh, it's 11:48 where you are right now. Oh, okay. Well, cool. Good deal. Weather. Winds are light and variable here at 6. Okay, maybe not so much on the light side, but they're flipping around all over the place. 10-mile visibility and a few clouds to scoot around at 2,000. And a balmy 19 degrees Fahrenheit. Brr. Get your suntan lotion on. Oh wait, there's a few clouds in the sky. You may not get a tan. I guess up in Chattanooga, winds are out of the north, 350 at 6, few clouds at 3,000, and it is a balmy 30 degrees. So, yeah, temperatures we're going where it's a little warmer. So, hey, how about that? All right, let's button up. Let's get our flight plan off to VATSIM and go see what kind of what kind of flying we can do out there. And I think we blew past that time. Oh, yeah. Hang on. Let's go 2025. All right, nav equipment for the aircraft. I know y'all can't see any of this, but that's what I got to put in. And an RVR. Oh, you know what? Let's be gutsy. And all of that looks good. There goes the flight plan out. Skybus 75. Kind of sounds like one of those airport movies. Airport 75. Keep your seatbelts on. Because we're going to land in the water. Oh, wait, Sully did that and it was just fine. All right, let me get that off the screen and that. All right, let's get this plane up and going here pretty quick. So if I'm a little quiet, hey, shoot your questions. I'll try to catch them. I may not. It's, unfortunately for me, a force of habit. I kind of work on the screens and my peripheral while there isn't all there. How about that one? 30, we'll go ahead and put this in real quick. There we go. All right, so real quick here. Okay, the batteries are obviously on, and we're on APU already. But I know y'all go away sad and argue with me. Why don't you turn them sounds up so we can hear? Like that? Many of you don't check this. You love sounds, why not? Oh yeah, we got one more. More boring. That's loud enough. Hey, Hawker, welcome in. Hope the flamethrower worked for you this week to clear off your driveway. Yeah. Oh, you want them to go off in-flight emergencies. Yeah, but so I declare an emergency. Whoopie-doo here in the simulator. Nothing big happens. So, but yeah, make it fun. Yeah, declare an emergency. Okay, I'll come in and say, I have an emergency. I have to go to the bathroom. How about that? So, again, I hope the flamethrower worked for you in the driveway. Getting all the snow cleared out. All right, let's get this plane fired up. Fuel pumps. Actually, we can do a lot here now. Off fuel pumps. And working my way down, let's go ahead and go nav, nav, and nav. Wouldn't that be a fun... That was... I was just thinking about that. Declaring an emergency. I have to go to the bathroom. Just imagine you and the dispatch center getting that call. In-flight emergency on an A319. Pilot has to use the restroom. uh, that would be hilarious. Out we go. By the time we're done with him, he'll need to clean his shorts. All right, so we're in going into alignment. Let's pull this up, move it over a little, pull it down a little. There we go. Goodbye. I said, don't move. There. All right. Init. Request. It's a bio. Call the hazmat team out. Oh wait, we don't have a hazmat team. Oh, I'm not going there. Oh, we're spinning this one way out of control. All right, we've got the information in here. Let me get the coordinates real quick. Yeah, no, we don't need no stinking coordinates. Actually, I gotta remember where we're parked. Oh yeah, 36. Okay, 34 through 36, so we need 39, 59, 8. Switch over to the Longy side, and 82, 52, 8. Align them. Okay, and back. I don't think dispatch was that generous with 60 on the cost index. Yeah, it was only 46. That I don't understand why ToLiss bumps it up when it comes in. I don't understand that one. 38,000, that is correct. All right, we'll go to the weights page, back over to the EFB. 119.5 looks good. Zero fuel weight CG. 28.6 looks good. 12.2 is what we have. Boom. And the numbers did change slightly, so yeah, we're good to go. We'll set that there. We'll be back momentarily. All right, go to plan, dial down to 40. And you know what, let's look at charts here real quick just to kind of see what's going on. So here's our flight, you can see. If you get over to the flights page, oh, there are no departures. So real world will use 28 left and they're landing 28 right. Real world you can pick up here anywhere in the world. It's called Digital ATIS. And it's basically web driven. So if you're sitting in Tokyo and somehow have a flight to Port Columbus or John Glenn International, however you want to call this airport, you could actually on your computer go into the DATIS database, which is very simple to do, and type in KCMH and you'll get this information. It's the same information transmitting to the pilots on no, it doesn't say what frequency, but anyway, here's the things I look at. And one of the things I look at is kind of a, will they incorporate it or will they not? Anyway, we'll get to that. So you get usually your weather, when this message was made, gets put in somewhere, either in the beginning, the end, somewhere you'll actually get the actual weather conditions, if only wind, visibility, temperatures, and the all-important altimeter. Anywhere but the US, you'll also get a transition level. US, North America is all 18,000 feet for the most part, and so you don't usually see that. But everywhere else, that's important because that's where we set our altimeters to the same number. Our barometric pressure on our altimeter gets put to the same number, so the altitude should read the same. So on their scopes. Now, once we get the weather, then we'll get the runways. Very important, you know, would help to know what runway we're using so we can plan appropriately. Then, and this is where I wonder, will the flight sim community find a way to implement condition codes? 555, okay, that's that's a dry runway for the most part. 10-inch or 10% of it compacted snow. 2/8 right, 2/8 left. Same thing. 1/8 of an inch of dry snow over there. 30%, 1/8 of an inch. That's stuff I never put in. I know pilots are probably going, oh, you're the SOB. So we're going to be departing 2/8 left. All right. And so for us, it'll be some snow would be on there and all of that. All taxiways, patchy snow. You see what I'm saying? How this could be cool to see if it gets implemented. So yeah, it would help us with knowing slick or not. You know, are we in for a whale of a fun time taxiing and taking off? Or worse, trying to stop on the runway landing? You know, things like that. So, but anyway, so we know 2/8 left. Let's go back to the flight. And because it says here there are no departures, we don't have to truly worry about too much. So I'm going to click F plan, CMH, and departure. We said 2/8 left. Again, no SID. Insert. So basically, you're gonna fly out runway heading. Now, if controllers are here, matter of fact, let's find out. SKB 75. Go. That would lend to tell me there are no controllers here. All right, we'll come back to that. Wow. That didn't last long. So if a controller was here, they would probably vector us immediately to POPSI. Okay. So we don't have to do much here. Now we'll just go dink, and then it's all the way to Chattanooga. All right, let's look back on the charts page. There's no arrivals. Okay, so we don't have to worry about an arrival, but we have approaches. However, Chattanooga does not have D-ATIS, digital ATIS. Now, if you've got access to ForeFlight and stuff like that, you may be able to pull it, but I don't know how well that'll work. But we can use the METAR. Okay, winds 350, 10 minutes ago at 3. Okay, so we know they're out of the north. Let me pull up the map. Okay, so we're going to park up in the north. That's cool. And there's what it looks like, by the way. So we're going to land a runway 2, 7,400 feet. That's how you can take that. So that's easy. There is no ATIS, so there is no, you know, not to say ATIS or ATC will come up and go, We'd like you to land on runway, whatever the cross was. I'm like, no. All right, arrivals. Let's take a look at them, shall we? Another nice feature here. Approaches, we can select them. And if they look confusing, we can take a look at that too. Okay, I'm not doing that. I'd rather not do that, but I got a feeling we will because we're going to have to overfly the airport. Okay, we're going to do the procedure turn, ILS. Oh, let's take a look. I don't know. We're going to come in dubs. All right, ILS. Hang on, let's see where dubs might be. Let's do no. All right, so it's saying, I think it's saying final. Where is way out here? So yeah. So yeah, we can fly, do the procedure turn, and come in. Okay, so fun. Mort. Okay, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We'll just shoot the full procedure in. And out to CQN to hold, and if we need to, I think Atlanta will probably be, yep, Atlanta. Hot Atlanta. But I am going to go ahead, kill discontinuity. Okay, now, why is this still up? Well, we've still got to choose, and I'm going to do final. Okay, oh, I see what it's going to do, and we'll just procedure. We'll just come. Well, you know what? I'll probably end up base and turning in. So we'll see. We'll see how this works out. All right, and away with charts. All right, with that completed, all right, we'll go back to F plan, start there, move this back to ARC, and check our rad nav, looks good. Go to perf, looks really good, and we'll set up over here 10 right. I'm not bringing charts up for this, so sorry. Currently 17 minutes ago we're 280. Add 6. Oh, not 56. Woo-hoo-hoo. We would just have to put a little power to the plane and up off the ground it would go. Hang on a second. Didn't want to cough in your ears there. All right, we're -6 and 30-25. Always happens. Okay. We'll run engines maybe, and 10,000 foot on with the air packs, and that looks good. Over here, we'll just click uplink, and we're 30.25, 280, diagonal 6. Now, I think if you go to page 2's is where you would then begin to help, determine better your braking and departure, how you're going to take off and all. We don't use that page, and I'll show it here in a second. I think. Okay. So again, there's you're contaminated. The hazmat team, which will be needed. And we'll, okay, I screwed up. I went too fast and put in the toga numbers instead of these. So how do we fix it? We just type 67 for the flex. Okay, and up 04, and we're gonna throw 130. You know what? I'm gonna leave that 136. 138. Transition looks good. I can't fix those numbers here, and we're ready to go. All right. Boarding should be completing here shortly. Let's do some quick checks before we set the middle control panel up. Okay, dink, dink, and dink. Okay, we're all good here. We're there. And then getting rid of all right, we're set, ready to go. Again. Just waiting on Pegasus for Piedmont Virtual to fire up. All right. That looks good. 75. Okay, we need to do the middle control panel. All right, we'll put LS constraints in both sides. Arc 40 looks good. VOR, 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 VOR. Managed speed, managed heading on departure, and initial. Well, we are going to go to, unless someone holds us back, 38,000. Nose wheel steering's on. All switching lever or switches are normal, which is 12 o'clock high. Down here we got a squawk code. Oh, where is it? 3706. Set, and we're set. Y'all ready to go fly? All right, transponder set, beacon coming on. Okay, all doors are closed. And let me clear off this one. All right, so basically performance and takeoff. All right. And it's doing something. All right, so we'll head over and quick de-ice. Okay, let's get pushed back. That was not the plug-in I wanted. That's the plug-in.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go. Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
All right, just waiting on the tug to fully connect. And while we wait, let's get our CTAF.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
32.7. Two eight left, I believe, will be... Is that the runway right next to me? Yay. All right, so we'll hit East Apron for a quick splash and dash of de-ice, and then off to the runway. There is no quick with ToLiss.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Columbus International Skybus 75, pushing back, stand 36. We'll head over to de-ice. Right over there.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Yeah, with the fog and all, it's safe to just go ahead, de-ice. Because something tells me the forecast of scattered sky is incorrect.
Columbus traffic, Southwest 411 is about a 5-mile flight onto land, runway 28 left, Columbus.
Yep, that's Southwest for you, not reading the ATIS in the real world.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Brake set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Ooh, I did that early. Ooh, I'm so glad my engine's still going. Ooh.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
All right. You know what? We're going to skip the de-ice. All right. Good dear. We're going to go. Where's my checklist? Okay, master's off, APU spooling down. All right, elapsed time is in run. Brakes, flight controls. All right. Up 04. Okay, just getting the flight controls checked.
Columbus traffic, Southwest 411 vacated 28 left, taxiing to gate Alpha 60 at Charlie Delta 5 Columbus.
Okay, we're all good to go there. Let me deselect that. All right, and brake on, terrain on. Columbus traffic, Skybus 75 taxiing to 28 left for takeoff. Still 32 minutes old. We're supposed to not have... Man, I don't know what is over the airport. Flight attendants, take your seats for departure. Columbus traffic, Skybus 75 departing runway 28 left to the south. All right, there's 100. There's V1. I don't know if that qualifies as a few clouds at 2800 or not. That looked more like maybe broken to overcast. All right, we're on our way. Yeah, that just, nah, that, I don't know. That just doesn't seem like the METAR is anywhere in the ballpark. So that all goes back to how's the weather server doing. Anyway, we're airborne on our way. We're 3.5 minutes in. Call it 11 minutes from pushing back. We're on our way. Welcome aboard. All right, landing lights and all can go off now. And we are on our way, and as Hawker says, whee! Get everyone's hands in the air. Sorry, no roller coaster today. You want that? Go back, look for a first look at the A300 or A330 300, the updated laminar default aircraft. That was fun. That you really were wondering, is it gonna actually pull? I think even the controller had concerns. And you can see the nice yellow beak out ahead of the Skybus A319. There is nothing that tells me that is few clouds. I can't even tell you scattered. Sorry, it's broken to overcast. To maybe you might call it fog. Might is a, you know, I don't know if the Scioto River there in Columbus would put fog like that out over the airport. It's possible. But yeah, that I would call that fog. So but I don't get paid those dollars they do to forecast the weather. Boy, that would be nice. So to always be wrong and get paid a lot of money too? Wow, what a job. All right, there's 18. Go standard. We are on our way. Hope your weekend went well. We had a great time last night helping the Shriners out with a trivia night. You know those great nights you go to just show how stupid you really are when it comes to trivia. But it was a good time, good cause. Shriners are always a good cause. And also, I'm going to go ahead and put the plug in. If you have not seen Soul on Fire, it's on Netflix. I don't know for how much longer, but wow, what a great movie. Very well done. And I'll be honest, I've lived in St. Louis now. Well, yeah, my residence has been here since '92. But Yeah, driving the truck, it's kind of hard to say I've lived here. But anyway, better part of 26 years, though. And yeah, what a story. Didn't know that happened here. Yeah, get the neck braces on for those of you in St. Louis. Because I could hear the neck double take. What? Soul on Fire. Great movie. So anyway, really, I mean, I'm being totally honest with you folks. It's a really good movie. All right, we are up and going. I am going to, well, let's just, pretty sure. Yeah, the precipitation, i.e. blizzard, that hit Charlotte and points, you know, the southeast coast there, thankfully is off the coast. And, whew, wow. So, man, like I said, you know, perusing Facebook, you'll see some of what left behind. Whew. Raleigh, Durham, and Charlotte ground stops. And man, these are people that are just not used to that amount. And folks, they just got hammered when we here in St. Louis got hammered by 16 inches of snow. They got so much ice and paralyzing from that. And then you threw a blizzard on top of them. And oh, my heart goes out to them. And honestly, if you're a praying type, there are folk who really could use your prayers. And some of those parts are still reeling from a hurricane a year or two ago that got forgot by a past administration. It was I mean, it was wow, it's just amazing to look. I mean, I'm still looking at them, so goes to show in the US, and I'll be telling you this, there is no state in the Union or in the United States that has not seen snow and does not see it almost on a yearly basis. That includes Hawaii, folks. Oh yeah, up on top of those higher elevations, oh yeah, there a lot of snow comes down. So just a little bit of a less likely chance of this, but it happens. So we're coming up to Ohio S. Huh. Wonder how they came up with that name for an intersection. And then we're free flying to the ILS in Chattanooga, where the Chattanooga Choo-Choo awaits us. But again, hope you all had a good weekend and staying warm. I know some, oh, yeah, I know some personally that, yeah, the heat just, oh, feel sorry. Man, it's too cold for any kind of heater problems, fireplace problems, all of that. And, oh, I will give this little ray of hope out there. Again, perusing Facebook, so hopefully what I see on Facebook is the truth. We may actually get above freezing this week in St. Louis. Just maybe a day. Maybe a day. Maybe two, but I'm thinking only one. And, oh, will that be a breath of fresh air? Longer trends, and I can kind of say I agree on most part, because usually when you go through, you get this kind of where it goes up and down. Up, you're in warmer relative term for about 10, 15 days, and then you're back down to colder relative temperatures and then back up. That's year round, folks. It doesn't matter winter or summer, spring or fall. That's how the weather cycles work, up and down. And we're about to go into, I think, a bit of a warming pattern for about 10 days, 15 days maybe, and then maybe come back down. Now, I'm not saying we're going above normal or what, but we'll be warmer. And then we may go back down. Who knows? Yep, exactly there, Hawker. So, just know that there could be some light at the end of the tunnel. All right, we're about 4,000, we'll call it now, to top a climb. All right. Well, we just got a message, what we call auto ATC. I think you all saw it. We have to descend and maintain flight level 230. Well, let's hit top of climb, and then we'll abide. The cool thing, I mean, the one upside, I'm not going to say cool because I'm kind of not a fan of it. I like that it gives us the squawk codes, and in some places it's helpful with descents and all, but with the way aircraft are today, now if you're flying historical and you got to figure up your top of descents and all of that, that's a nice feature. But if you're in aircraft like this where all you got to do is drop down and see that, oh, we're 84 miles from that anyway. So we can just punch and put in our weather information, and then we'll start our descent. Actually, we can start it without it. So bear with me here. I'm going to go ahead and just get us into the descent. After we let our patrons get up, get up, get up, get up, get up, and of course purchase alcohol. Got to pay for the flight somehow. All right, Chattanooga weather 55 minutes ago. We're looking at a altimeter 30. Okay, in this case, you do not have anything to copy. You have to put the dot in there. Otherwise, it'll tell you invalid. 0. Oh my, we're going to get our wings above freezing. 350 at 3. Diagonal 3. For this ILS approach, minimums 200. All right, and that's taken care of. Now, all right, so onward we go. Currently 20 some minutes out. And today's verse of the day, Proverbs 17:13. Proverbs, if you're not familiar, is a book of the Old Testament with a lot of Jesus in the writings back in the Old Testament. However, this proverb comes from Solomon, King Solomon, David's son. If anyone returns evil for good, evil will not depart from his house. Basically, it's a proverb about not taking vengeance. Vengeance is the Lord, not ours. Forgiveness that is what we give. So keep that in the back of your mind. If anyone returns evil for good, evil will not depart his house. Did we roll back? Oh, no, we forgot to push the button. There we go. Auto ATC's going, why are you not descending? When's the flight to Singapore? We just did one. Last week, wasn't it? Or the week before? Where were you, Hawker? Come on. No. Yeah. Hong Kong to Singapore. Oh, JFK. That is not going to happen. I keep telling you that. But like I said, we did a flight to Singapore a week or two now. But it is open for you to fly. Have I seen all the updates with DCS? No. Oh, cool. The C-130 looks good. I'm glad. You know, if I were to come over, that would be all I fly. And digitally combat, it is what it is. I know Spaceman would be happy getting a cargo plane flying, but I'm not coming over. All right, we are doing pretty good on this descent. But yeah, no, I just had a lot, aside from all the blue screen issues, it just, and this is actually a positive, my negative. It may be too real for me. Part of my problems with DCS is, and this is where I'm talking, where it may be just too real. You drop weapons, you got to retrim. Sometimes it's aileron, sometimes rudder, both. Not rudder, elevator. Unless I flipped a switch that I shouldn't have somehow. We all do that, accidentally hit a key. Sometimes you'll see me go up, what does that key do? Yeah. In X-Plane. But right now, the closest I'll get to DCS might be an F-14 flight. And I haven't gone any further, Hawker, than what I showed you a couple weeks ago. With it, I want to go through, because there's a lot you have to do to get that plane up. If you want it the way many of us want, where we cold dark start it, because that's literally how you do it. Yeah, there's a lot to setting it up here in X-Plane. So, which is cool. Don't get me wrong, that is cool. But do I like the F-18? Oh, yeah. I would rather be a screaming eagle than a screaming hornet or a buzzing hornet. What would that be? No, seriously. The F-18's okay. It's a good plane. But, and I know DCS has all of that. I'll tell you, the one I had fun when I did play in a DCS was the P-51. There's a plane you gotta really, and this is where I stress, even with the turboprops, you don't just shove them straight to the floor like you see in the movies. You gotta ease them in, or you're gonna tailspin that thing in a heartbeat. They're not, there's a lot of torque up on that engine, folks, and you gotta finesse a little bit to get her down the runway and into the air. If you don't, you'll be doing donuts, and not the kind of donuts some Caesar does. You're completely going to not like the outcome. So, but no, the dropping of weapons, now granted firing off the cannon or that, no, you don't lose any, you know, it doesn't take it out of any kind of balance. But boy, towards the end, when the blue screens were really hitting me hard, I'd drop a weapon and I would, you know, have to retrim, and it shouldn't be much, but it felt like a lot, to keep it balanced or back on course. And that just got, I'm sorry, just got a little put off. And to me, that would be too real for me. Yeah, I can imagine the F-14, 18, 16 Mirages, MiG-29s all being super complex. So, you love the Mirages, yeah. I mean, I get it. They are super real. When I flew in BMS with the F-16, that was a trip, and enjoyed the time I did in there. The Kifar, well, you are flying it in one of the Mirages. It just, I don't know, it just got to be too, maybe just too real for me. And I don't mean that negatively. I mean, it just got to where it's just too much work. And sometimes that's kind of why I like airlines like FedEx and Millennium, because while they offer so much, they keep everything simple. The Kafars were flying into mid-America when I was out there in 2003, 4, 5. There, Mr. Hawker. I picked up many a parachute for him. Ugh, the smell of jet fuel in the morning. Sometimes is good, or jet exhaust. Ugh. And I don't mean it. Okay, okay. I just know I picked up too many parachutes that, oh, stunk to high heaven. And that's because they're behind a jet engine. All right, we're through 30,000 feet and heading down. Let's see how we're doing on our descent. All right, so we just been slowly coming down. Whoops. All right, we are 97 miles from Kudos, or Cutes. All right, let's bring on seatbelts. All right, here comes 23,000. Now, how far are we? All right, so it's about 60 miles to get down to the 3,000 foot mark. We're going to go ahead, dial it in. And let's go ahead and just continue our descent. We've got the seatbelt sign illuminated, I believe. We do. And should be on the ground here in just about, now I'm going to go ahead and so we're about 10 minutes out. So if you want to put a prediction in, feel free. It's exclamation mark the word predict space negative number.
2,500. 2,000. 1,000. 500. 500. 400. 300. 100 above. 200. Minimum. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 10. 5.
want to thank Hawker for the moderation that he provided us. And I'm a little nervous that I might have been muted for the last 5 minutes. Anyway, let me kill this, and hope you all have a warm. Like I said, I know some people now with heat problems. I hope you're warm. I hope you're safe. We had two pretty, I'll call them paralyzing snowstorms come through the U.S. and I hope you stay warm, stay safe. We will be on the air tomorrow. I haven't ironed out the flights yet, although I'm pretty close. And hopefully the plural is correct and we'll get 2 in. So I hope your rest of your Sunday goes well, and we'll see you again tomorrow here on Flying with Mike. Thank you so much for tuning in, for being here, and also thanks to Pratt PT6 for being in the audience out there and putting a prediction in. Sorry it didn't go your way, but we always try to grease them, and that's pretty close to greasing, just depends which you use. So for now, y'all have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow. God bless. We'll be on around the 16 to 1700 Zulu time frame, and who knows what kind of trouble we'll get into tomorrow. See you then.